Hello. So I'm going to be demoing my final project, FC Advisor. So FC Advisor is an application that is meant to connect to worlds that I really like, which is soccer, football, and um, AI. And so the whole idea is that I wanted to have different interactions with Claude based on possible data or interactions of the user with things that are related to football. And so I'm going to start with those parts, and then I'm going to go into the data part of the app. But I've set up already a user here that is empty, so that we can go through the different things that the app does. So the first thing I want to talk about is this profile fragment. So this profile fragment allows you to do a couple of different things. Obviously, it allows you to pick a picture from your phone. I've already set up a picture in advance. And then obviously I'm just going to give it, let's just call it user 12, and then testing. You're going to see why I didn't finish the other two. But when I hit save, this is going to save that information. And unfortunately, I cannot show you the other screen, but Firestore has created a new record for the user so they can save information about it. And so every time that I go back here, it's gonna fetch it again. Obviously, this is fetched through Glide and things like that, so there's cool things about it. But the reason that I didn't put the nationality and the favorite team is because the second thing that I want to demo, that is one of the most important parts of the application, is the interaction with Claude. And so when hitting the FC Advisor icon, which is what I call it, what this is going to prompt is a questionnaire based on, and then those answers that the user gives are going to be used to send to Claude to try to determine a favorite team. So if I try right now, I have a message, you have to write the nationality and save. So I'm going to put the United States. Haven't saved yet. See, I haven't saved it. But once it's saved, once it knows it's saved, then I can go into the option. So I'm just going to say I'm resilient. You can click whatever you want. I'm going to say my favorite color is blue. Interested in soccer in, let's do South America and Maradona. And so right now you can see the progress bar going. And so what this is doing right now is that it's sending those responses from this questionnaire and then interacting with Claude to give 4 different options of teams that the user can pick on based on the responses that were made. And so right now you'll see information that is directly related to the responses that I gave just now. So for example, Diego Maradona was the response that I gave. So he gave Boca Juniors, which is the team that he played for. I'm interested in South America. And so Millonarios is a very famous club in South America. I know it has the color blue too. Nacional de Uruguay too. And then obviously the idea of traditional with the word resilient, kind of from what I've seen from my experience, is what's kind of what shows up. But I want to take, before I answer, I want to take some time to explain the monumental task that this was, right? Because I grabbed those answers, but I grabbed the sense from the user, and that's obviously just exploring with radio buttons and things like that, and that was pretty cool. But then the interaction with Claude was important, and initially there was a lot of problems in trying to figure out how to get the information back. So obviously you see that this information is organized right now, but I had to play a lot with the different prompts to see how I could get a structure that could be parsable in a way that was somewhat deterministic, right? Because the problem here is that even you can read the documentation, they say like language models are not at a point that you can provide a deterministic answer. And so that creates a lot of problems when it comes to the parsing, and also the fact that the library that you have to use for implementing Python is ChackWoPy. Very, very good library. I'm not complaining about it, but there is limitations on the structures that you can send. Obviously, you can't send complex structures. And so I wanted to send a dictionary that had nested elements, and that was impossible. I had to figure out a way to parse my data in a way that it was just a list of strings, and then somehow build the answers from that. And so I'm going to choose, I'm from Colombia, so I'm going to choose Millonarios, even though this is a team that is the biggest rival for mine, but it doesn't matter. So I will submit here, and you'll see now that Millonarios FC is right there. So I hit save, and you obviously can't see it, but this information is updated in Firestore. So the next thing I want to demo is the friends, and you'll see that I have a phone right here, right? And so that's because I want to show the differences of the two different screens. And so I already have somebody, this person already has a friend. And so I'm going to, from this one, request that friend, and you'll see what'll happen. So I think I requested it. And then we have the user pending right there. So obviously in this case, I'm going to accept it. And now the users are able to challenge each other. So this is real time. I'm changing one thing on one side, and it's changing it for both. So now what I can do is I can challenge the other user to a game. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this user challenge. And as you can see, the color changes for challenge, and then challenging is obviously green, and I can cancel that, and it changes for both again. And I challenge, and then I am going to accept here. And what this does is that, again, it uses Claude to ask for 5 different trivia questions related to soccer. And then I use a lot of Firestore to synchronize both of them so that it's available for both of them. So basically, the user that accepted is the creator of the game, and so the Claude call is made by the user, and then once that is done, that information is put in Firestore so that the other user that is watching a specific entry in Firestore can see and get the information. So as you can see, this lines up. This is the same. I know this is Uruguay, and what you'll see is that the user score updated here, and it also updated on the other side as the opponent score. And Argentina is a wrong answer, and we'll go to the other one. All-time leading scorer is I mean, we can do the other one. Miroslav Klose is the right answer, and you can see 10 here, and also 10 here. So it's updating in real time, and so you're battling your friend in real time, pretty much. I can do this right here. This is Real Madrid. There's Ronaldo. Let's put a wrong answer. And then I believe it's the United States. And so right now it's waiting for the game to finish. It's waiting for the other person to finish. So until this person doesn't finish, this is going to stay right here, right? Because we're trying to determine a winner. I don't think this person can do anything, and so we're going to submit the right answer. And so the winner, now this person was the one that was ahead. Basically, the record is updated. So if we were to play this challenge again, then the other side would be the answer, I guess. And so yeah, that's the part of the demo for the trivia, what I call the trivia fragment. And then finally, I have the information about the data. So like I said, the premise was that I wanted FC Advisor to be something where cloud was involved a lot. So I've created right now the structure of what that can do. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to the point where I was able to ask about the leagues and ask about the players and things like that. I didn't have enough time, but if I had enough time, my idea was that at every point, you would have the ability to interact with FC Advisor so that you could ask questions about the league. And again, I don't want it to open as an open prompt, right? That's why you see the interactions with Claude are controlled by me. because I wanted to be directly about soccer. Like I didn't just want to open a window to communicate with Claude, right? And so I wanted it to be very directive towards just the data that was available. And so I'll just go ahead and demo the rest of the app, which is basically focused on the data of the different tables. And so an interesting about here is that this image is right here. The country flags are SVG files. And that's something I didn't know was going to be a huge problem. It took me quite a while, a couple of yeah, I don't know, days to figure out that how to do this. But unfortunately, I found an example in the GitHub repository of Glide that had an example using SVG, and that's how I was able to do this. But this was quite interesting to figure out. But anyways, this this right here is clickable so that you can see the table. So if I go here, you can see the table in an interesting manner. I'm a Chelsea fan, so seeing Chelsea here, kind of a problem. And you can do the same with the other ones, right? And yeah, the idea was basically, if I had more time to expand on this and get and be able to, with FC advisors, say, oh, who do you think is going to win the league, and then provide the stats to Claude, so that it could give me an answer, and then inside the game, have like statistics about the teams and the best players, and then you can ask about the players and things like that. So the whole infrastructure is already there for that to happen, but unfortunately, due to time, it didn't happen. But that's basically all the implementation of the application that that I did. Thank you for listening, and